steel, sorcery, and some serious hair game. Welcome to Conan the Barbarian. This is the story of a kid who watched his whole village get butchered, spending his childhood pushing the world's most dangerous stair-stepper, and somehow grows up to be the most jacked barbarian in cinema history. Along the way, he bangs some witches, kills giant snakes. It's violent, it's brutal, and it proves that revenge is best served shirtless, oiled up, and swinging a sword bigger than your torso. Welcome to the 4-year anniversary of video rental chaos. Before Arnold was the Terminator, before he was the Governor, he was Conan the freaking Barbarian. This 1982 sword and sorcery epic was directed by John Milius, co-written by Oliver Stone, and it basically launched Arnold from bodybuilding champ to Hollywood superstar. It's a movie where decapitating cannibal cults and giant snakes are just another Tuesday. And James Earl Jones shows up with a wig so unsettling, it deserves its own horror credit. Conan the Barbarian is proof that sometimes the best revenge story involves a big sword and a lot of blood, and just the right amount of weep. Now before my village gets raped and pillaged, let's go ahead and press play on Conan the Barbarian. The story kicks off with a young Conan learning about the legendary riddle of steel from his father, who forges a sword and teaches him about the strength and value their people, the Cimmerians, place on it. That lesson doesn't get much time to sink in though. A vicious raid led by Thulsa Doom wipes out Conan's village and kills his parents. The surviving children are chained up and forced into slavery, with Conan spending his youth pushing the massive wheel of pain until he grows into a monster of a man. Eventually, his brute strength lands him in the gladiator pits, where he earns freedom through blood and survival. On his travels, Conan ends up chased by wild dogs and hides inside an ancient tomb, where he discovers a long-forgotten Atlantean sword. Armed and on his own, he encounters a witch with prophetic powers and later crosses paths with Sabodek, a thief and archer who becomes his loyal companion. Following the witch's words, they make their way to Zamora, where they meet Valeria, a fierce warrior woman. Together, the trio raid the Towers of Serpents, kill the gigantic snake, and make off with treasure before being captured by city guards. Instead of punishment, they're brought before King Osric, who begs them to rescue his daughter from the clutches of Doom's serpent cult. Valeria and Subate aren't interested, but Conan jumps at the chance since revenge against Doom is already burning inside him. Disguised as a priest, Conan sneaks into Doom's temple, but the deception doesn't last. Captured and tortured, he's forced to listen to Doom's preach about the power of flesh, before being nailed to the infamous Tree of Woe. Near death, Conan is saved by Subate and Valeria, who take him to Akira, the Wizard of the Mounds. Through a dangerous ritual involving spirits, Conan is brought back, though at a terrible price that Valeria herself promises to pay. Reunited, the group returns to the temple, breaking up a grotesque cult feast and escaping with the princess. But Doom isn't finished. He shoots Valeria with a magical serpent arrow, and she dies in Conan's arms, her fate tied to the warning about the spirit's toll. Conan builds her a funeral pyre, and then prepares for war alongside Subotai and Akira. They set traps and ambush Doom's forces in a brutal battle, with Conan even receiving a vision from Valeria as Valkyria, saving him at the last possible moment. Armed with his father's broken sword and fueled by vengeance, he presses on. In the end, Conan confronts Doom before his cult. Doom tries to bend him with his hypnotic words, but Conan resists, beheads him in front of his followers, and burns the temple to the ground. With Doom dead and his grip over the cult shattered, Conan walks away with the rescued princess, finally closing the chapter on his long quest for vengeance. Conan the Barbarian. 4 years of video rental chaos, and I love that every anniversary we celebrate with an Arnold Schwarzenegger film. In the past, we've covered The Running Man, Predator, Total Recall, and Commando. And this year, Conan. Man, and what a pick. Rewatching this after a couple of years, you realize just how gorgeous this movie is. It's beautifully shot, the story is epic, and Conan's quest to avenge his village and his family is flat out inspiring. From slave to free man, finding his crew, and eventually going toe-to-toe with the Snake King, what more could you possibly want? I always tell my wife she'd dig this movie because she's into those old school horseback epics. But honestly, Conan goes darker than most people remember. Demons, spells, sorcery. It's heavy. I never really dove into the Conan comics this is based on, but I've heard nothing but great things. Shout out to my buddy Sean Holmes, who I'm pretty sure has the whole collection. And let's be real, this is easily a top 5 Arnold film. The blood, the action, the violence, the atmosphere, it just hits every note. I don't know why it slipped out of my rotation, but after watching this again for this episode, this is one I need to revisit once, maybe even twice a year. It came down to this or Kindergarten Cop for the anniversary pick. Sorry, Kindergarten Cop, maybe next year. Conan was the right call in my opinion. So as we head into year 5 of video rental chaos, I just want to say thank you. Whether you've been here since day 1 or you're tuning in for the very first time, this show is nothing but a passion project. No sponsors, no money grab, just me sitting down with the movies I love or sometimes hate, talking to you RoboCop 3, and sharing that with you, the viewers. Film is life, man. It tells stories, it makes you feel, it takes you places you didn't expect. And as much as I love books, there's nothing better than kicking back, sparking up a fat one, and getting lost in a great movie. So, the next time you see some shady looking dude on horseback rolling into your village, grab your heaviest sword and chop that bastard's head clean off. Until then, I'll see you at the video store.
Catch me outside, underneath the neon moon in the sky. Catch me outside, underneath the neon moon in the sky. And we'll sing on a happy, happy song that will hold each one another's hand.